Alright, this is going to be an uncut, kind of raw video, but it's going to showcase what's been going on in the past couple of days. Because I'm going to be honest, it's been pretty chaotic. But this bike right here is no stranger to the channel. I just picked it up here a couple months ago. It's my 84 Nighthawk 650. The main issue with these older bikes is timing chain rattle, right? So in my case, I believe it's the tensioner, because I took it to a shop, they looked at it, and long story short, they didn't have a really good answer. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to dive into this myself and take matters into my own hands. But here's my tensioner. So don't mind the Crocs, by the way. So here is the tensioner. Nothing visually wrong with it, but the main failure point on these things is either the spring itself in here begins to wear out and it just won't hold tension. That was not the case with mine, I don't think. This is what's going on. So this little locking mechanism right here, it has a pin and a plate. So you can see how that kind of moves up and down, and then you're going to push this down to lock it. Or sorry, to unlock it. That's kind of how it works, right? It's like a push-pull. Now with this tends to wear out just because it has to hold that position all the time, and it just no longer does it. So I found a tensioner on eBay from another bike with around 17,000 kilometers, which is a fraction of what this bike has on it. So while tearing this down, things were going pretty smoothly, and I say pretty smoothly because that propane torch got used for pretty well every single bolt, and I learned that the hard way. What I mean is, all these caps came out okay, but the first one snapped on me. So the bolt on the left is the length it's supposed to be, and then this is the length of the one that broke. Now, the real slap in the face is it only did it to that one. All the rest of them, once I used the torch, came out well, I shouldn't say effortlessly, but with the tapping of the hammer and the socket, I was able to undo all of them. So, you know, whatever. But because those things are so brittle and they're 40 years old, I decided to, just buy new ones, right? So they're all sitting in there, and I had to accommodate by adding some washers on a lot of them because they didn't have the in-between sizes. So if they had 40 millimeter and like 30, I really needed a 35. So I had to kind of accommodate, but it's whatever. Also new ones on the camshaft gears, probably not necessary, but I just wanted to play it safe. So all this stuff is going to get really good cleaned with brake cleaner. We're going to soak everything before I even attempt putting it back in the engine. But while this stuff sits out, I recommend just putting some saran wrap on the stuff to keep it all, you know what I mean, just kind of like dry and free of dirt. But yeah, so the parts are going to be here tomorrow, and hopefully we can slap the new tensioner in, get the timing set up correctly, because on these style of engines, you kind of got your electronic ignition down there, and then you have to line everything up with the cams, judging on the case right there. So like the intake's going to line up with there and the exhaust's going to line up with there. I'm going to, like I said, I have the owner's manual. This should all, piece back together, fingers crossed, okay. But this is a pretty big job for me. I've never torn down a 4-cylinder motor before like this, motorcycle engine. So I enjoy it though, because you got to learn your bike inside and out, in my opinion. Because if you don't know your bike very well, then how can you expect to fix it when it's dead on the side of the road, right? Now, something that I've been speculating, and this could be true, is the mechanic I took it to doesn't have such a great reputation. And he took off my caps before, and he goes, oh, the bearings are great, there's no scuffs on them, which is true. They, for how many kilometers is on it, they aren't that worn. What he did do is not look at any torque specs for a Japanese bike. So when he went ahead and tightened this, even something as simple as the valve cover, luckily none of those bolts stripped off. Those are only supposed to be, like, I'll throw it up on the screen, but whatever the recommended torque value is for this stuff, he pretty much tripled it, because, like I said, it shouldn't require a torch and pounding of a hammer to remove a fucking M6 bolt that was already out a couple months ago. So this could not be Honda's fault at all, and this could be just the person that worked on it before me. That's more likely than not. But what are you going to do, eh? But hopefully you'll see this thing up and running very soon, and fingers crossed everything goes to plan. Also, those clutch plates that they sent me, EBC, from eBay, also didn't work. So, I mean, the clutch has been grabbing ever since I did the modifications, but if you guys have these older 550s, 650s, 700s, just order the Barnett clutches. It'll save you a lot of hassle. That's what I'm going to end up doing, unfortunately. They cost more, but you won't have to, you know, get scammed and trying to return something like I did. But anyways, that's my little rant for today, and little shop update, if you will. But that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching.